Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, Sonic Yoda from SEGADriven.com, and welcome back to our Sonic Hacking Contest 2018 coverage. In this episode, we're taking a look at Sonic Limbo by Lord Zernom. I think that's how you pronounce that. So, this is another one that does exactly what it says on the tin. So, remember indie darling Limbo, which is kind of like a silhouette-looking horror-esque platformer? Well, this takes that whole concept of sort of black silhouettes against a sort of lighter background and runs with it, quite literally, and that wasn't a pun based on Sonic being able to run. That just was a complete coincidence. But yes, so yeah, you've got a sort of traditional Sonic the Hedgehog, you know, Mega Drive 16-bit style platformer, but now everything is a lot more difficult to sort of pass because the entire sort of foreground elements and the sprites and everything have been changed to just black silhouettes, which I think I quite like as an idea, to be honest with you. I think that that opens up some interesting ideas that this kind of explores, but I think the execution's just a little bit too sloppy for my liking. There's some weird graphical glitches, what with certain areas just including too many characters on screen, and it causes some weird sort of stuttering and stuff like that. Some of the lettering in particular kind of doesn't really display correctly. Don't know what's going on there, but whatever they've done hasn't quite made everything consistent. The art style is a little bit sort of shaky in places, and you sort of notice cracks through the sort of forming every now and again, which is a little bit of a shame, because otherwise, I think visually this is quite interesting. Like I say, I think I like the minimalist style that they've gone for. I think it's aesthetically quite successful, but there's just, like I say, little things like just some weird flickering every now and again, and the sort of letters in the HUD and stuff not displaying correctly. Just some odd stuff there really, which kind of takes the polish off it a little bit. The real disappointment though is the actual stage design itself. I think it's a little bit uninspired personally. It doesn't feel very dynamic. It doesn't have the same sort of thrill ride sort of style design that you get with the actual 16-bit Sonic games. There's not that nice sort of ebb and flow between a nice bit of precision platforming and then a nice speedy reward. It's just a little bit sort of slapdash. It just feels like you're doing very slow, gentle platforming, because what with the minimalist style and so much of the sort of visuals being masked by that sort of black silhouette look, you kind of take things a little bit slower. You play it a lot more carefully because it's very difficult to see stuff. Some stages in particular, really difficult to see stuff. There's one I think called Lightless Zone, which like you say, just almost entirely black. It's very difficult to pass. One of the stages in particular I got incredibly stuck. I don't know whether I was supposed to have fallen down here or not, but couldn't get out of it, and I decided that was I had my fill by that point. It tests your patience a little bit, this game, unfortunately. It's all gimmick and not enough substance for my liking, to be honest with you. But again, I do really like the visual style. I think they've got something cool going on there. I just think they need to design the stages better so that it complements what they're going for, because Limbo totally had that going for it. There's a very much that whole visual style complemented exactly what was going on in the action, whereas I feel like this is kind of just sort of forced into the Sonic gameplay and it doesn't really sort of suit it very well. But again, there's a good groundwork here for a better sort of improvement on this concept in a later demo, hopefully. So fingers crossed we see this again, a little bit more polish on it, perhaps some better stage design that complements the graphics. I think you really need to think about what sort of puzzles and gimmicks that you can implement into the stage that best suit that silhouette style, and I don't think there's really any here that really suit it, to be honest with you. The most effective one is the lightless stage, because it actually does hinder your actual viewing of the stage, and it makes things a lot more challenging, but it's also quite frustrating to play at the same time as well. You need to find the right balance of puzzles and action that really sort of complement that visual style that they've gone for there. So again, I don't really hate this. I don't think it's a bad hack by any means. I think it's got a cool concept, but just the execution isn't quite right at the moment. I think this needs some improvement, and I'd like to see it again maybe next year and see if they can tighten up that stage design to really complement the graphics that they've gone for here.